Okay, welcome back guys. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 very niche Etsy shop ideas that I personally think would make excellent businesses. And all of them are going to be very unique shops in the print on demand business model. And guys, all of the design work can be done completely with AI on this one. And then what I'm also going to do is present the actual logic behind each one of these shop ideas so that you can see for yourself why each of these ideas actually make perfect sense. And look, I'll be honest, this is all ideas that I've actually personally thought of starting myself, guys. But with the current Etsy shops I run myself and also doing YouTube full time, I definitely prefer to see you guys take advantage of some of these ideas. Or, you know, at the very least, this video should give you something to think about. So let's start with the first shop idea. And this is going to be dark academia based shop. So picture this, guys, okay? Design styles such as cottagecore, goblincore, bookish, dark fantasy, dark romance, gothic. This is all of the sort of design styles for the products that this whole shop is just going to be based around. And then in terms of the actual products for this shop, guys, we could be looking at things like, you know, wall prints, phone cases, journals, or like prints on clothing if we just want to go down a purely print on demand route. Or we can also take it up a notch and turn it into that more of a hybrid shop model if we also wanted to add in some digital products, such as dark academia-based patterns, or even get some clip art involved in there. And so why would this shop work so well, in my opinion? Well, guys, it's because design and aesthetic trends such as dark academia, dark Americana, and gothic, they've all been featured very high up on numerous interior design trend publications over the last 2 years. This is certainly what I've seen from my personal research. And guys, the hashtag dark academia, by the way, on TikTok has over 2.4 billion views, which does make it one of definitely the more popular aesthetic-based hashtags that we have seen in the last few years. And not to mention, guys, there's already plenty of bestsellers already existing on Etsy for these design trends. It's just nobody, or certainly from the research I've done, nobody has put them all into one shop yet. They're all just scattered around on loads of different shops. And then, guys, as an added bonus, any of these sorts of like dark academic products, gothic products, for example, all these designs, they could be made very easily with AI. And like I've said, I've mentioned it before, I do run a clip art shop myself, and I have certainly seen sales coming through for these very specific gothic and dark academia style digital products that I've actually seen firsthand sales coming in with myself. So yeah, guys, I think a whole shop based around that would be a fantastic idea. But let's move on to the next idea now. We're going to go completely the other direction, something much more lighter. And this is going to be adult kid store or an KITTL store. And so, yeah, this one's definitely going to need a little bit of explaining. But just try and think of concepts like kawaii or anything that falls into the very popular sort of categories now of, say, Labubu or Jellycat styles. Although, don't be somebody that tries to list those specific terms on Etsy because they are trademarked, guys. But certainly that sort of style of product. And guys, there is tons of products on Etsy already that take on this KITTL vibe absolutely perfectly, okay? So whether it be cute shirts, stickers, kawaii style phone cases, or even mugs, this is a style concept that you can very easily build a whole store around. It's a style trend that has been blowing up a lot in 2025. So much so, guys, I couldn't believe this myself, but Vogue Business actually even did a full piece on this very style. And guys, as we all know, Etsy just seems to be the home of the search term cute. So if you just put cute in front of anything, it always tends to do very well on Etsy. Like, you know, cute phone case, cute t-shirt, cute pillow. Yeah, whatever it is, it just always seems to do very well on Etsy. And yeah, guys, just in general, kawaii products or that sort of style, it's always been very popular throughout time, okay? And the good thing as well, this is something I personally really like about it, is that there's so many sub niches you can then go down. So whether it be things like food or animals or pets, for example, it's going to really help you with niche audience targeting, which again, in turn, makes it very easy to build a whole business around it. And not to mention, guys, AI nowadays, it can create these kawaii style graphics with a lot of ease. And so yeah, I just think in general, this one, guys, it's a very fun one if you're into that sort of design style. And I think it can definitely be a great overall print on demand store that you can very easily make. And guys, if you wanted to get going with a print on demand store doing either any of these ideas or one of your own, then you're going to need a platform to choose your products from. And that is where I'm going to give Printify a massive shout out, because not only are they the platform that I use, but they have got a ton of products that you can choose from, guys. And their actual product creation process, it's very beginner friendly. It's very easy to do, guys. It's literally just drag and drop your design onto the product canvas, and then you're away. And then of course, on top of that, guys, sync directly to Etsy. I know that you guys know a lot of this already if you're in the game, but then you can just publish products seamlessly directly from Printify straight to Etsy, just at the click of a button. Everything's linked on the back end. I don't need to tell you any of this, guys. If you've watched basically any Etsy print on demand video out there before, you'll know that Printify is always the #1 choice. And so if you're someone that's ready to take that step in becoming an online business owner, then I did manage to get you a whole month of Printify Premium for free, guys. And if you wanted to check that out, give it a go, then there is a link in the video description, and just use my code at checkout. Take the leap, guys. Q4 is fast approaching, and now is the perfect time to start an online business and get stuck in. But anyway, let's move on to the next store idea now, guys. And this is going to be Astro Animals. And so this store overall is just going to be a great little mix between astrology, zodiac, and of course, animals, in that kind of a more boho sort of chick sort of style, if you know what I mean there. And guys, the reason that this store in particular would be such a good store to make is because it plays very heavily on emotional drivers. So on one hand, you've got a personal identity driver, so the zodiac angle. And then on the other side, you've also got something which people love a lot, so their pets or animals. And so when you put them together, guys, it's a very emotion triggering. Yeah, it's a niche store that cross niches two very popular, very emotion driving niches together. And it's a very, very good one, I think, guys, for somebody to try. And on top of that, TikTok's astrology hashtag, it's got over 50 billion views. And in general, I don't know if you've noticed it yourself on Etsy, maybe you have, but anything to do with that more like zodiac or like spiritual sort of design, it tends to lean a lot more heavily to like the feminine audience. And that is something that is abundant on Etsy. And so for this one, guys, you can definitely go away and sell any sorts of products you want, but I would do it from more of that feminine sort of marketing angle. So again, things like t-shirts, tote bags, mugs, tumblers, for example. I think the design style and the trend matches very clearly to that sort of audience, and certainly these sorts of products. And again, another great thing about this shop idea, guys, is that it would lean so heavily into the custom product route. And so custom products in both astrology / zodiac, but then also pet and animal niches as separate niches have always done very well. So you would definitely like to think, guys, by mixing those together, you've suddenly got a very powerful custom product force that is a force to be reckoned with. And of course, with all that said, it makes the products on that store very giftable, which on Etsy, you'll always do pretty well with. But anyway, moving on to the next store now. This is one of my favorite ones, and it is Workout Humor. So this is a very fun one, guys, okay? And I laughed many a time when I was doing my product research for the shop, because there are some very funny people out there making some very funny designs. And so this whole store in general, guys, it's going to be focused on athletic sports hobbies and just hobbyists in general, but with that kind of like take the mickey / humorous sort of twist to it, which again, you'll notice a pattern here, guys. A very key point, which makes it the perfect shop idea for Etsy, is because it's got products that are A, very giftable, but B, you can also target very heavily a selection of different niches and different audience profiles, but with that overall sort of brand identity that links all the products together. And so, of course, if you've done your product research, you'll know that there is plenty of these like funny workout-based products already all over Etsy, but they're just not tied together. Again, they're just dotted randomly in a load of different stores. And something I keep always saying, guys, we've seen it already throughout 2025, the niche stores always tend to do a lot better nowadays than the more general stores. They always do. Etsy have definitely changed how their search rankings work, and the more authority your store has in general for a specific niche and topic, the better that's going to be for you nowadays. And so by doing product research for this one, guys, you'll find that there's two different product types that tend to do very well for this print on demand store idea, and that's going to be funny mugs and funny clothing. So these would be the two product categories that I'd solely focus on first. And of course, guys, the great thing with the niche targeting on this, you can hit basically any sport or any hobby, and you can target both the male and the female audiences, but just make sure it's humorous, make sure it's giftable, and make sure it's funny. The fitness industry as a whole is absolutely exploding, and stats from pretty much any website you look on will illustrate this, because, you know, people in general, I don't know if you think the same, but I certainly think people in general, they just want to live a lot healthier life. And even me, myself this year, guys, I've been dipping my toe a lot more into running, which I never could have seen myself doing before. But actually, since I'm doing it, I find it's a really good hobby to get into, because it always clears my head. Like, if there's stress going on during the day, which there always is in life, by the way, just go for a run, clears your head, get back to it, and it's like you're just starting afresh after that. And I would be a great target for a funny, comedy-based mug for a runner. So, Mum, I know you like to watch these videos. Good idea for a little Christmas present for you there. But anyway, moving on to the next idea now, guys. And this is going to be the Dino Lovers Shop. And so you can definitely go one or two ways with this shop, guys. And to be honest, I didn't quite know which direction to fully go in myself. So I'll give you both options. First one, you can either go down that more of the dinosaur fantasy sort of grown-up route, even like fantasy horror sort of route with dinosaurs, by doing things like shirts and clothing in general, for example. Or again, you could go the complete opposite and go much more of a children's friendly pastel colors in your designs, soft sort of design style. And so if you do go down the children's route, you'd want to focus a lot more on print on demand products that can be sold, say, to children, or sold for children, but to the mums and the dads and the parents. And that's going to be things such as baby blankets or stickers, or, you know, just in general, the things that are bought for the children. I'm sure you can work out what they are. But essentially, guys, there is a lot of people out there that very much love dinosaurs. And I certainly know that I definitely used to love dinosaurs / definitely still do love dinosaurs. Because yeah, Matt, like, I don't think it's nerdy. But anyway, let's take a look at why this works. So the global dinosaur toy market in particular is projected to keep growing at a very good pace, indicating, guys, I know we're not selling toys here, but that does indicate the demand for dinosaur-based items is still on the rise. And dinosaurs are definitely still one of the staple designs in iconic kids' toys that they have in their cupboard, whether it be through Lego or Jurassic Park. And this is also something me, very shamelessly, as a 26-year-old adult, still loves to do every now and then. And my most recent Lego was indeed a dinosaur Lego set. And just as a little added bonus one on here, guys, I know if any of you tried it before, the AI programs, they're sometimes not the best at creating dinosaurs with all of the limbs properly and everything like that. So again, you can just head to a program like Creative Fabrica for this one, because there's loads of commercial use graphics that you can do on there for dinosaurs. And not sponsored or anything, but I will leave a link in the description to them if you want to check them out. And guys, just remember, if you want to get started with print on demand, fully dive in deeper, step by step, and make a business on your own for scratch, finally become that business owner, then I've got a full print on demand course walking you through every step of the way in my Etsy Accelerator community. Link, as always, is in the video description. And as a little bonus, guys, if you wanted to know how to make winning print on demand t-shirt designs in under 5 minutes with an incredible new software that's only come out in the last few weeks, then I've done a whole video tutorial on that. It's this one just over here. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, guys. I love all of you. Thank you for your time today. Take care. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.